You guys, look what I got. I got the Fall Archer and Olive subscription box. Hey guys, I'm Tracy and I want to welcome you back to my channel. And today I'm going to be unboxing the fall subscription box from Archer and Olive. This came out in September, beginning of September. I believe it is still available, or at least it should be. It would probably be available unless it sells out until the winter release. So this box, when I saw it, I really liked it. But it's a great deal, but it's still pricey. It is $79, but you have to pay shipping and your taxes on it. So for me, it came out to $93. So you cannot add an extra journal or anything to bump up the price to get free shipping. I wish you could. But yeah, so you do have to add on the $10 shipping. So I look at it as this box cost me $94. So because I knew that the Halloween collection was coming out, which, has already dropped. It came out mid-September. I was like, I'm going to wait until the Halloween collection is fully spoiled, and then I'll decide whether or not I'm going to get this box. So I think the full spoilers came out like Monday, like the 2 days before the Halloween release. And I liked the journals that were part of the Halloween release. I didn't really love the Halloween box, but I did love a few of the journals, especially the coiled key. But that was pretty much it. So I decided to go with the subscription box instead. So you will not be seeing a Halloween haul video from me. Instead, you will be seeing this. And I went through this. I know all of the spoilers. I definitely made sure it was stuff that I knew I would use, and that given the amount that I would pay for each and every item, I would still be getting a good bang for my buck. So yeah, I calculated how much each item would cost me if I got it like with the 10% or sometimes 15% off. And if I still saved money, then I bought it. And I did, because I think after adding everything up, minus a couple of things that I couldn't figure out how much they would cost, I ended up coming up with like $130, and it did not include this item or these items. So, that's pretty darn good. So with that said, here is everything that came in the box. Look at the gorgeous packaging. And if you couldn't tell, the subscription box actually shipped in a shipping box. So the subscription box is not damaged. I can reuse it. That's great. It's great. So here's everything with all of the pretty packaging. Again, I like the theme. I saw a lot of people, some people love it, some people hate it, but I really loved it. And the journals are so unique that I was like, I gotta get it. So let's actually start with this, because this takes up the most space on my desk. Now, there are tons of unboxing videos out there, so I'm not going to go in depth with everything, but I will still try to give you a good view of it all. And I will say, I have subscribed. Obviously, it's a subscription service, so you do need to unsubscribe if you don't want it to automatically renew come November, right? December, which I usually don't get the December box because I'm not really huge into like the winter theme. So we'll see. All right, so this is a cup, but not necessarily a drinking cup. This is more of like a pen holder. This is really pretty. So I did not know how to value this one. So I just put a 0 value on it when I was adding up what I think everything would cost. This is heavy. It's glass, so it's not plastic. So this is well over, this is probably, they have a mug on their website now that's like $30 for Halloween. So we would say this one's like $15, $20 maybe. So yeah, this is super pretty. Look at the like hollow and all of this. The reason why this isn't a drinking glass is because I don't think any of this would stay, and even the hollow effect would probably start deteriorating if you had to wash it. But it's perfectly fine because I'm just going to put it on my desk, and this is what's going to hold all of my gel pens. All right. Next are the Collage paper pads. Here we go. Day and night, 60 sheets per book. I also really did not know how to price this when I was trying to figure it out. They do sell Collage pads. They just started selling them recently, and they're $19 per book, but I don't know if they're bigger than this. because this is the first time I've ever had a collage pad from them. So I don't know if I would just say $19 together. That's what I did when I was trying to estimate the value. So yeah, but like, so you have, this is the night one. This is like very like, these are real like photograph type things. I think this would be really cool, obviously for collaging, junk journaling, even like using as a background for anything. And they're not thick, so they're not like postcard. For some reason, I thought they were going to be like postcardy. I don't know why I thought that. I'm so glad they're thin because they're not going to bulk up my journals or my planners. So you can see here, it looks like there's a few repeating patterns maybe. Or did I just go over the same one? Yeah, there's like 2 repeating patterns, I think, on here. And then here's the daytime one. Look at that. So, of course, you're going to have your blues and stuff like that focused in here. But there's some abstract looking things in here as well. So pretty. So pretty. So pretty. Love that. So there we go there. Here is the actual contents of the box. They don't give you estimated values of everything. But like I said, one book of collage paper does sell for $19 on the website. But just for the sake of being cheap, I'll say $19 for 2. Now, this is the sticker set. This is not a typical sticker set. A lot of your stickers, when you get them, you get 2 sheets. This is more, again, closely aligned to how they sell alphabet stickers for the Halloween release, and that's $19. So again, another $19 here. I would not pay $19 for just this limited amount of stickers. But that's just my personal preference. But you can already see we're getting up there based on the prices that this would cost if they were sold individually on the website. So you can already kind of tell that the value is likely going to be there, being we've only opened 3 items and they're already probably like up to like $60, and I only paid $90 for the entire box. So yeah, by the way, with the backgrounds, when you open it, they do have like, they're not kiss cut, they're cut more like scrapbooky style, junk journaly type style. So that could be really, really cool, especially, I think more so for me, I would think on a plain background than like the collage paper. All right, let's look at the washi. So the washi, typically a washi set on the website goes for like $15. So right there, we're at $75. And we still have 2 notebooks to go. And we know how much notebooks cost. So here we go here. Look how pretty these are. These are so pretty. So you get this like coppery gold washi. And if you have never tried Archer and Olive washi, their washi is a lot thicker. Not thicker, but the quality is a lot better. Like sometimes you can't just rip it. Sometimes you actually have to use a X-Acto knife or anything to trim it because I can't explain it, but it's definitely a different quality. And then we have the suns with kind of like an ombre type effect. The same thing here with the stars. These 2 will go really well together actually with the copper, but hold up. There we go. And then here is the more celestial vibes. I guess I can put this on the desk so you can see it too. So pretty. So pretty, guys. So pretty. Let's put this over here. Okay. Let's come back to these, I think. No, because I'm going to have a swatch book. I'm not going to use the journals for that. So let's pull out my swatch book. So these are Calliographs. The last subscription box, they did more of the highlighters, like the chisel tip. I'm not a fan of those just because I prefer brush, which is what the Calliograph is. So think of these as kind of similar to your like Tombos, things like that, because they're dual-ended. And then you have the brush tip on one side and then your fine point on the other. So, did I like lose the labels? No, I hear them. The labels are in here for the colors. So I'm not going to actually write the colors on here right now. I'll do that later. I like to swatch this by color. So what I'm actually going to do is I'll swatch those appropriately later by color. I like to organize them by color. So if I need a blue, I can look at all the blues together. But I'm going to go ahead and swatch these. That way you can see what they look like. All right, so these are very like sunset, twilight type vibes. Super pretty. That's like one of the biggest things I kept hearing when I was like trying to watch the spoilers is everybody ranting and raving about these colors, and they are absolutely gorgeous. I don't even know if I have colors that are even closely related to this. They are just stunning. And I will say the fine tip, I just really like the way it writes. It just feels soft. I really like it. So yeah, those are the Calliographs. These usually go for like $18.50 when you get a pack of 5 on the website. So yeah, again, we're well over the price of the box if you were to purchase it at regular price, but you know, we're pretty darn close, even if you were to get discounts. And we still have 3 more things to open, including the most pricey items. So just with accessories, we have already hit what we paid for the box. And like I said, right now, if I'm being honest, I think I will be using everything. I don't see one thing that I will not be using. And these are the pens. These are, if you're familiar with Simply Gilded, these are the kind of style of Simply Gilded pens. I have absolutely no idea how much these would go for. I don't know how much Simply Gilded pens go for. So when I was trying to figure out my tally, I did not include these, but these are so pretty. So you can see you have the purple blue one here with silver on it. And then this is like the peachy, vanilla peach type thing with the sun on it. So like I said, this is pretty similar, if not the same type of outer that Simply Gilded has. So this is silver. It writes really, really nice. I'll hold the page up in a moment. And this is gold. Or like, yeah, yellowy gold. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to get refills in those colors, but if you just want like a black gel pen, I do know Simply Gilded does sell refills. I'm not sure if Archer and Olive is or not, but these are my gel pens. They're going in my cup along with all my other gel pens. I want to keep them all separate now. All right, now we are going to talk about the stars of the show. I guess I can go ahead and put the Washi up. And Archer and Olive has been doing very unique journals with their subscription box. Again, they know what they're doing because they don't sell journals like they have. Usually there's one journal in their subscription box that's very unique, and they don't sell anything similar to that as part of their regular release. Like last year, I think it was last year, I don't know if it was 1 or 2 of the boxes. I did not purchase it, but they were the smaller, thick books, like the tiny thick books. They were super cute. And then I did the lavender paper one as part of the summer one. This time they did this one. And again, this is kind of one of the reasons why I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and grab this and not shop the Halloween collection because this is super cool. And I don't know if this is something that they will offer in their shop. All right, so you can see here, this is a square notebook. This is 112. So you get 224 pages. So this is their largest page size of the notebook that they have. It's still your 160 GSM. So on their website, the B6 notebooks, which are the smaller size, that have 112 pages, they go for $29. So this is like a 2-in-1 because you get double the amount of pages. So I wouldn't know how to price it. So if I was estimating, I would say $39, but I think it would probably be more than that. But when I was trying to average it out, I was going on the low side. So you do have this. It almost feels like fabric. I think they still consider this vegan leather. I just like toss the box to the side because that's what I do. They don't say, but I think they consider most of their covers vegan leather, even though it feels like some type of like fabric. But there we go. So you can see like the threading and the cover itself, it almost has like a glimmer or a shine to it, like a pearlescent. And then you have the gold. And then here's the inside. And you just have your dot grid and a 6x6. And then you have the back. And then you also have your bookmark here. And then the other side, you have your moons and you have your blackout pages. So you do not have a little, you have your ribbon, but you don't have the little ampersand on here, which is fine. And then when you get to the back of here, you can see you have the same as the front. So does this have a pocket? So it does not have a pocket in it. That's the one thing that it is missing because of this, but you can kind of see how it is like this. So, you know, a lot of people are like, well, you know, it's really cool, but what do you use it for? You can use it for anything. Now, I have a blackout notebook. I have a B5 size blackout notebook. I prefer, when you think about blackout notebooks, to use it, not for everyday type stuff. So not for something that I will always have to have a gel pen nearby to utilize. I prefer, you know, to use it where I can come in, create spreads whenever I want. What I think I'm going to use this for is like bucket list, dreams, intentions type thing. So I might do one side specifically for travel and then the other side for everything else. And I want to do it vision board style, junk journal style, pull out photos from magazines, print them from Pinterest, things like that. And like all the places that I want to go, I want to like put photos of those places, probably on the blackout side. And then I can write about some things about that, like almost do research to make my life easier if it becomes a destination I end up going to. And then on the other side where I do like other parts of life, like, you know, if I find something that's inspiring for me to like decorate my living room or something like that, I can pull pictures from that and then, you know, things like that. If I want to learn something like a different, like Spanish, you know, do stuff like that and then make a creative spread about it. I just feel like it's really fun. And I feel like the dual-sided pages make it kind of fun for that. So I did come up with a purpose before I also made the purchase because I was like, I got to make sure I use that notebook. Because again, while I believe like the notebooks, I believe the value was there before we even got to the notebooks, but I definitely want to make sure, you know, I'm saving money by buying the subscription box. Girl math. All right. So look at this box. Absolutely gorgeous. So this is the boxes that are top open versus the slide out, which I kind of like that for some reason. So this is the other reason why I decided to get this box, because when looking at the Halloween journals, I did like the one that had the moon on the front, like the tarot looking one, but I think I like this one better. So that's the reason why I also went with this. So again, this is vegan leather, but it does look a little textured. But look at that, y'all. So you have like the silver hollow print going all the way around. This is like a navy plum. Is that even a thing? A navy plum journal. And look at that, y'all. It has the hollow edges. Now, as someone who likes to decorate their journal, I'm not sure if you're really going to see these hollowed edges once I start playing around in it, because once you start utilizing stuff and you start opening it and stickers start coming in here, you're not really going to see the graphic on there as much. That like, oh, it's glue. So, well, you know, but right now it looks really, really pretty, and I'm probably am going to store it on my shelf this way. But yeah, I mean, look at that. And I like this because I feel like this is very like, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, like the celestial design. Some people said they're kind of over that and everything like that. But I do feel like, you know, sometimes, you know, florals are like their go-to, and it's nice to have a different option. And, you know, it kind of, you know, goes, it's kind of neutral without being neutral. So yeah, there we go. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this one, but it's an A5. You know, I feel like because it's an A5, I didn't really need to have a reason for this, but I'm ecstatic. That's absolutely gorgeous. Super fun. So my two journals, the A5s go for $35. So, I mean, you could say right now, even if you were to lower this to $35, which I think it's probably going to be over $40 if they were to sell something like this on the website, because to me, it's like the equivalent of two $29 journals. But right then and there, you are pretty darn close to what you pay for the box. That would be $70 if you paid $35 a piece for these. And then if you had a 10% discount, that would be what, $63. So you're pretty close. But then remember, you got the cup, you got the gel pens, you got the 5 Calliographs, you got the washi, you got the alpha stickers, a gazillion alpha stickers. Remember, usually we only get 2 sheets of stickers, and these are very useful. Sometimes decorative stickers, I kind of forget about them, I'm not gonna lie. And then we got the 2 packs of collage paper, which, what did I say? 60 sheets per book, so 120 sheets. So, I mean, to me, the value is way there. And I'm happy with it. Of course, the value is only there if you're going to use the products. And I will definitely be using the products. So, yeah, I'm super excited, guys. I cannot wait to play in it. I probably will be playing in this sooner rather than later. This one is going to go on my shelf for a while. But I cannot wait to kind of start doing like vision boardy type things. I guess bucket list, whatever type things. I think it's going to be fun. So yeah, I'll be in there. I'll be doing both setups of both sides. So that way you can kind of see how I'm going to use it. But yeah, there we go. I did also sign up for a subscription for Calliographs. So when that comes in, that will come in every month. I will share that with you guys as well. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing video. And if you did, please press that like button. And if you have yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider subscribing to my channel. That's all I have for now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.